In many ways, we feel as though Sycamore is almost like homeschooling in a group environment. The students get the chance to explore in different ways and different topics and go into more depth than they might otherwise. And so, for example, with the experience class, rather than having a separate history class, a separate English or writing class, separate geography class, it's all combined together, and it helps them to go into greater depth and a deeper level of understanding than they might otherwise.
Our experience classes are our cross-curricular courses, so they are a double block class, 2 periods that includes history and STEM as their main content focus, but we also weave in the math and literacy skills as well. The best way to kind of show what experience classes are is through my very first lesson that I made for TSS, which was about bow and arrows. And it was like, from a STEM background, my one key goal was we got to learn Newton's laws. But I had this lens of how can I make this cross-curricular? And so we were learning in that unit, we had planned to learn about Native American history and culture. And so that was our jumping off point. So we were learning about the different tribes, their location, how geography influenced them. But then we were able to transition from that to the science. So we listened to a podcast about what the bow and arrow symbolizes to certain Native American populations. So we wove in that culture, and then we got like Nerf bow and arrows to actually do a lab, and that's where the students were learning Newton's 3 laws and potential versus kinetic energy, but through this lens of a very practical, hands-on experience. And then on top of that, I threw a lesson in math where we were like, okay, when you're shooting the Nerf bow and arrow at the wall, we're gonna measure accuracy and precision. What do those mean? And then those were terms we could use for the rest of the year, where it's like, is this data accurate? Is this data precise? And so it's giving them new tools that they could apply in lots of different scenarios.
I'm teaching War and Peace this year for middle school, and the essential question is what happens when the system is out of balance? And it's American history, but we're also incorporating physics in it as well, and how to balance chemical equations and the idea of homeostasis.